record. Okay, it's saying recording. Okay, so you want to keep going with, where were we?
Number 5.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. There's one thing, I guess, about Shakeology. It's really important to know about Shakeology because you'll have a lot of adversity there with people comparing Shakeology with other things. And so it's important that you have some basis and some facts to go off of because people will give you a lot of biased things, that are from other manufacturers, and they'll say, well, this shake is this and this and this, and it's actually an ad from that manufacturer, and you're like, well, that's pretty biased, so I don't know. So it's important that you do your research. And again, the team is there, if you're like, I have this person asking about this, like, ISO something shake whatever thing, and I don't know anything about it, and like, who has experience, and like, tell me some stuff. And so the team is really, really good for that kind of thing. A lot of people will have different things to share with you on that. So that's all I really have to say is just really like do your research and understand the different the programs and the products. So yeah,
right. And then and don't be scared to ask the team for that. Like, I had no idea what the 22-minute hardcore thing was because I haven't been doing new programs since I'm super pregnant. I've just been sticking to what I know. So we've been RJ and I have been having challenge groups with like the hardcore 22-minute hardcore program. So I went on there and I was like, oh, I'm trying. So at first I went to YouTube and I was trying to find like Beachbody videos. Like, so whenever you're not familiar with something, check other sources first. Like, don't just come straight to us and ask us individually because you might not get an answer right away. And we have tons of other coaches, to help. But like, learn to kind of help yourself, and you'll like dig into the well of the internet so much better than just our specific answer. So there's like YouTube videos that can explain from Beachbody that can explain what's in Shakeology, what it compares to, where the ingredients come from. And there's videos on there about new programs coming out and what to expect and who the trainers are and what the meal plan is. And if you don't find anything on there, then you can go to the Set Your Soul on Fire team and use the search button and put in like keywords that you think might pop it up. And I mean, there's 3,000 people in there, so chances are the question might have been asked already. So you can, see old replies on there. But if those things don't work, then you can post on Team Set Your Soul on Fire and ask a question, and you'll get a reply and stuff. And if that doesn't work, and if it's something very specific to just us, RJ or me, then you can come to us. But you have so much more. So you have so many tools and resources to use instead of relying on just us that, we might not give you the answer right away because we're off doing other things. Soon I'll have a baby, so I don't know how that's going to go. So, yeah. And so you want me to go to number 6, RJ? You're good on your 5? Okay. Mm-hmm. So the next one is you need to have goals to kind of motivate yourself. So there's different things, like there's like daily goals that I have, like, okay, even though I feel like complete crap today, wanting to puke my guts out because I'm super pregnant, I want to at least add like 10 new people and invite at the very least 10 people. Just send out these invitations, so those are like daily goals that you can have and you should set yourself for every single day, just so you can keep track of your progress and how you're doing. But also have bigger goals like, Success Club and hitting like SC5 or SC10 or, going Emerald or going Ruby or going Diamond or whatever. Goals are very important, and it's important to put them like on your calendar or somewhere where you can see it every day to kind of remind yourself and keep yourself motivated. Maybe, but it depends on what works for you. What works for me is like, I want to have like a certain income by the time my baby's here so I can know that, that I can actually enjoy my kid and enjoy being with him and being his mom without having to worry about like, okay, am I going to be able to make this amount of money then? So my goal right now, kind of long-term, but kind of short-term is hitting like a certain rank and hitting like a certain income level. But my kid's my biggest motivator. So, use whatever works for you. whatever goals, resonates with you and knows it'll get you pumped up. At first, when I first started, like, okay, I just want to be I just want to be emerald. So like in my mirror, I put like in big things like emerald, like, so every day when I would wake up and go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, wash my hands, I would see emerald on there. So that was my goal back then. So your goals will be changing as time goes on, and celebrate your victories and let us know, celebrate on the team. It's fun. And a big key to hitting those goals quicker, guys, is success buddies. Like, team up with someone on the team. Find someone that you can kind of resonate with and work well with, and just encourage each other and help each other and work together. Work smarter, not harder. RJ and I team up often, and we do like challenge groups and stuff. And it's really neat because my challenge groups before were a lot smaller, so people wouldn't get very motivated because it'd just be me and like 2 people or 3 people when I was first starting out. But now, as like my consistency grew, I started getting more people. But then you add them with RJ's people, and took a big party in our challenge group, and you have a ton of people posting stuff, and it's really awesome. It helps get people really motivated and into it to see other people besides just 1 or 2, also on the journey with them. So it can only help you. It can't hurt you. I will say that since RJ and I teamed up in February, I've been making like the most money I've been making since I did Beachbody. And I started trying,
Yeah.
I started this, I know, right? I started this maybe back in, I think, July or August. And I took a big break there because I was like dying on my bed with like morning sickness 24/7. But once I got over that, like, I'm dying phase, I was like, okay, I need to get back in there. I'm feeling better. And then so RJ really helped kick my butt into gear. And what success buddies do is just bounce ideas off of each other, work together, work smarter, not harder. Kind of like they'll help you like push for your goals. They'll be like, hey, like, you're so close to hitting Success Club. I want you. Like, I'm like, RJ tells me like, okay, I'm going to be off the grid for 2 days. But when I come back on Saturday, you better have Success Club 10. And I'm like, oh, okay, I will, I'll try. So, just motivate each other, push each other. And, it's really awesome.
Yeah, and on top of that, it really takes the load off of you. So since Becky and I are business partners, we do our challenge groups together. And as you guys have probably noticed, or I guess Yumiko hasn't noticed yet because she hasn't been a part of the group yet, but we actually alternate posts on days, so it takes a lot of work off of you. So having a business partner is a huge, huge thing. And I can say that on top of Becky, doing better in February and so on, because her and I teamed up, I've also done better. And I've been consistently since February, I've been a top coach in Set Your Soul on Fire. So, and that is all about consistency. It's about doing the vital behaviors, and it's about having a business partner. I'm not hiding anything from you. I'm not doing anything special. I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm doing what all successful coaches do. But you have to be consistent. You have to take your time. You have to do the vital behaviors. And having a business partner will take a huge load off your work, I promise. So having a business partner is fantastic. So that's what I wanted to add on to that. So the next point we wanted to talk about, we're like running in 45 minutes, and I don't want to like take forever on this call. But the work week is Thursday through Wednesday. So when you rank up, it's not going to show until the next cycle begins. So our paydays are Thursdays, and then it goes until Wednesday, and the cutoff is, sorry, this thing just popped up. The cutoff is like midnight, and then you get paid on that Thursday. So the work week, you get paid weekly as well. I don't know if you guys know that, but you get paid weekly, not bi-weekly. So the rank advancement. So if you went Emerald and it's like a Tuesday, it's not going to show until Thursday. And then you won't get paid for anything until Thursday. Also, your commissions, if you go to your business and you click on my weekly commissions, it's not going to show up until you get paid, and it's going to show you the prior week. And the week that you just worked, but you're going to get paid for 2 weeks back. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of confusing, but anyway, so that's the work week. It's pretty straightforward, but all right. Well, do you want to add anything to the work week? I guess it's like,
yeah, well, what gets funky, I'm looking at my calendar, is when like the Wednesday lands in the middle, like on like I haven't updated my calendar in forever, so I have March up, And if you look at March, the last work week ended like on the 30th, and the 31st of March was a Thursday. So, so the last day for rank advancement was the 30th of March.
Yeah.
To show up for the 31st. So it gets kind of weird when it's like at the end of the month, but just think of it as the last Wednesday of the month will be counted for that month. If it's like anything after, like if it's like a 30th or 31st, that's like a Thursday and Friday, that goes into the next month. Right, RJ? Am I wrong?
No, that's right.
Yeah, okay. So so just always, when we have goals for the month, look at the last Wednesday, and that's the last day to get Emerald. That's the last day to get Success Club. That's the last day to do whatever your goal is.
Well, Success Club, actually, I don't think it has to do with the day.
Oh,
Success,
yeah, you're right, yeah.
If you hit it any day in that month, you're going to get Success Club.
Okay, yeah. So that's just for rank advancements and your pay period. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. So then we're going to go to a couple questions that some people had asked us. And I don't know what just happened to my document. Okay, got it. So we have a couple of questions, and then we're going to open the floor for any other questions, and then we'll just end this call because it's already taking forever. But Amber had a question. She said, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos made by Beachbody coaches that have really helped me learn. My concern now is, how do I fix all the wrongs I did when I invited people the first month? Like, now I know that I came at them completely wrong. How do I start over with them? This is kind of a difficult question to answer because it's so broad and it's not very specific, but I can tell you from my personal experience that you really can't. The only thing you can do is move forward. So what I've actually done in this situation is I've formed relationships with these people. I've talked to them more so, just not even about Beachbody, not even about working out, not about eating any certain way. I'll just talk to them that they're like, hey, I went for a hike today, I thought of you. And I'm like, sweet, where'd you go? That's awesome. And we like actually connect on things that we have in common. We have a common ground. And so really just I make friends with these people. And then eventually sometimes they'll come to me and they're like, hey dude, like I really want to join, like this is awesome. And then, you know, sometimes they never do, but you know, we all make mistakes and that's part of the growth process. I still make mistakes today. I'm not perfect. So that's a pretty difficult question to answer because it is so broad, but the best advice I could give you is really just to keep being their friend, keep talking to them as, you know, as you normally would apart from, you know, your business. And then eventually, you know, somewhere down the line, it might be appropriate to bring it up again, but it's not something that's going to happen right away. You definitely have to give it some time and some healing because sometimes people are really turned off if you come off the wrong way. Again, it's kind of broad. I don't know how you've like come at them in the wrong way, but again, it's, you know, some people are just kind of like, I don't know if I like that. Okay, stay away. And so really it just takes time and just, you know, keep being you and keep being awesome and just talk to them like normal people because they are normal people. That's the best advice I have for that one.
Yeah.
So you have Este's question.
Yeah. So Este says, if someone can't drink Shakeology doctor's orders and they order the 21-day fix on Amazon, can coaches still get credit? Will Beachbody match Amazon prices? Okay. So, no, we don't get credit for Amazon stuff and Beachbody won't match them. There's a reason why it's cheaper on Amazon because they don't get the challenge groups and the coaches and the 30-day money back guarantee and stuff. And who knows, you know, if that bag's been tampered with or opened or if it's expired or just, you know, the quality of that Shakeology or whatever it is. If that program comes to you scratched, you're SOL. You can't return it and, you know, it won't be linked up to your bod, so you can't stream it online. So it's really important to just try to stress all of the benefits of getting it from you. Like you'll be their coach. They'll be in the challenge group. They'll have their programs on bod. They can return them if there's a problem with the DVDs. They can return and exchange stuff that they don't like or that's not working for them, whatever the reason is, for 30 days. And so, yeah, there's a big benefit with getting it from you. There's a safety net. I call it a safety net. And it might cost a little bit more, but it's so worth it. You know, you don't want to risk getting a tampered bag of Shakeology that you put in your body. And one thing that really irks me about this question is like, they can't drink Shakeology on doctor's orders. To me, that sounds like a BS thing, but if it's real, I don't know. They might want to get a separate opinion from a doctor, because there's nothing in Shakeology that can be bad for you unless you have like a weird, you know, rare allergy to this specific ingredient. It can only help you and not harm you. It's just full of like plants. You know, it's like a big giant salad in a cup, basically. So if they say doctor's orders, you know, kind of inquire about that. Ask them if they've taken the labels to the doctor. If they, you know, and you can find those labels on the Beachbody website, and you can just Google for them with Beachbody, and they will show up. I know I get this a lot with pregnant girls, like, well, I can't drink it. You know, I'm pregnant. And I'm like, no, you need to drink it because you're pregnant. Trust me, like it'll replace your prenatal vitamin, and you'll feel way better. Trust me. So, yeah. And this is a good example of just something that you could have posted on the Set Your Soul on Fire page. You know, I'm not meaning to call you out or anything, but this is like a good example to just be like, I wonder if Beachbody matches Amazon prices. So you can either like Google that on the Beachbody FAQs, or you can ask the team for that. And you would have probably gotten an answer like right away, and you could have like told the person, stop, don't buy it. So yeah, that's all I have to say on that. Do you have anything to add on that, RJ?
No, that was good. Yeah, and I mean, all questions can really go to any of the team pages. And then again, if you're not getting the answer or a good answer, you can come to me or Becky. But you can always go to the team no matter what. No one's ever going to judge you on any kind of question you may or may not have. And so the last question that we actually have for this was, Noelle, you asked, how do you start to post on your page? And this is a really good question, because a lot of new coaches are like, oh my God, like, I don't know, like I'm scared to like post this on my page, and like, what are people going to think of me? Ego. Again, ego, personal development. Get rid of your ego. Who cares what people think about you? Because guess who has to go to bed with you at the end of the night? You. So all that matters is that you love yourself and that you like yourself. Because if people have mean things to say, you don't need them in your life anyway. So anyway, how to start posting on your page. It's really important to build your own label and to share your own story, because that's what people gravitate towards. They're not going to gravitate always towards something like, hey, this is my friend RJ. Look what she did in 3 weeks. That's really cool. Join my group. People are going to be like, okay, like that's cool, but like, you know, maybe not. That might be fake. I don't really know. But when you put yourself out there and you allow yourself to be seen and vulnerable, and you share your story, people will gravitate towards that. People will come to you. People find that inspiring, that you're showing yourself to the world. You're showing yourself to these people that you may or may not know, and that you're being vulnerable, and you're being open, and you're being honest, and you're sharing your personal story, because people want to relate to you. You want to be relatable. So don't be afraid of what people have to think about you or have to say about you. You know, you have, like we talked about in the beginning, you have the Set Your Soul on Fire team page. All of those photos are for you. They're for everyone in there to use as a resource. So don't be afraid to go in there and snag a before and after photo and snag what they had to say about it, and share that on your page. But it's also really important that you're sharing your own story. A lot of us still have a ways to go with our own stories. Some of us have already started. I mean, I'm not perfect. I still have things that I want to work on as well. So it's really important that you're sharing that with people and that you're relatable to people, because that's what really gets people to join you, is that they feel like they can relate to you and that they have a common ground with you. I know that when I first started, I mentioned in my video from like 4 years ago, I said, I always feel like the ugly person in the group, and I hated myself. And I can't even tell you how many girls came to me and they're like, oh my God, I feel like that too. Becky's like, me. Yes, me. Like, I felt like the ugly duckling of the group, and like, I totally relate, and that resonates with me, and I relate to that. And I was just being genuine. That's just how I felt all the time. I always felt like the ugly duckling of the group, and it made me feel bad about myself. Apart from that, again, that's ego. I shouldn't have felt that way, but I did. And a lot of people really resonate with that, and they really, really relate to that. So they're going to come to you and be like, wow, I totally know how you feel. And I want to be where you are now because you seem so happy and like so much better off. And like, I hate where I am right now. Help me. So that's that. And like now Becky has a totally different story. She's like, hey, I'm pregnant and I'm like taking care of myself and nourishing my body for a healthy pregnancy. And all these pregnant women are going to be like, sweet, I want to get up on that. I'm pregnant too and I feel like shit. And then Becky's going to be like, join me. I'm awesome. We're all awesome. So that's what I have to say about that. Don't be afraid to share your journey and to share your own story because that's what people are going to gravitate towards. You gotta just throw the ego out there and just be like, whatever, ego, I'm out. Like, just do it, and you'll be really surprised at the good things that come your way. And honestly, like, you make a lot of really good friends in this process, and very close friends, because you have this like very intimate common ground where you're like, wow, like we've really grown a lot together, and you get to know each other on a very personal level. And so it's really important that you're just sharing that with people because, you know, you're a normal person too. You're not some like crazy, like, I don't know, Jillian Michaels, like whatever. You're not Jillian Michaels. So like, you're just a normal person just trying to live your life and be happy and healthy. And I mean, most people are as well. So,
yeah. And like, so,
yeah. And like what? Sorry.
well, I was going to say, like, your journey doesn't have to be your own before and afters. It can be just your everyday today things. Like, things that I think are mundane is totally different from RJ's. Like, a picture with my belly bump with, like, hummus and carrots. It's like, that's my journey versus RJ's journey. It's like being a badass rock climbing or something. So, like, don't be scared to show of even the things you might think are boring, other people might relate to it. So.
Yeah, and also with that being said, it's really important that you're posting to your wall because otherwise how are people going to know what you're doing when you're randomly messaging them and you're like, hey, I'm doing this challenge group, and people are like, what are you talking about? And you're like, yeah, I've been doing this for like 3 months. And they're like, no, what? No, you haven't, because you're not posting on your wall. You're not sharing things. You're not sharing your story. You're not constantly showing people how your life is going. So it's very, very important that you're constantly I can shout out to Amber, crushing it, dude. She's been crushing this business. She hasn't even been a coach that long. She's already at Emerald. Holla! And I'm so proud of her. And it's because she's been posting on her wall. Like, go to her wall, go to a successful coach's wall and look at what they're posting. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just follow in the footsteps of people who have taken this and been very successful. And that's what they do. They're sharing their journey. They're sharing their lives. They're sharing like everything that they are doing. And, you know, people are going to gravitate towards that. So you need to be posting to your wall. Because if I go to your wall and I don't know who you are and I just see you're a normal person and then you're like, hey, like, you want to join this thing? And I'm like, who? What? Okay, I guess. I don't know, maybe. So it's very beneficial to you to post on your wall. I know Becky does it all the time. I do it all the time. Amy does it all the time. So just follow what top coaches are doing because it's not, you know, anything we're hiding from you, but you need to be doing this and you need to throw your ego out the window and just be like, okay, I'm going to do it. To be successful, you really can't have an ego when you work. You just can't. So that's what I have to say about that. Do you have anything to add, Becky?
No, that's about it, really.
Awesome.
So I don't know if Noelle and Yumiko have any questions to ask us while we're here. There's a little chat option in the bottom if you do have any questions, guys.
Yeah, and you can also unmute yourself if you'd like. If you don't have any questions, we can wrap it up and we can be done.
I actually have a question for you guys. Sorry. How did you guys like find each other? It looks like you two work really well together.
Yeah, okay.
So how did you find out, like, team up with each other?
Yeah, so I was basically one of RJ's challengers, actually. I found her on YouTube, and I was in college, and I had gained like 30 pounds, and I was trying to work out and, you know, doing the same thing everyone does, goes to the gym, tries to eat off of like, what's that thing, like that app that tells you to only eat like 1,200 calories. What's that app?
MyFitnessPal?
Yeah, MyFitnessPal. And like, I was getting nowhere. And I'm like, dude, like, what the heck? So my boyfriend at the time, you know, he's an ex of mine, he had P90X. And I was like, I don't know. I don't want to get all bulky like a man. I didn't know any better. So I went on YouTube and I was like, before and afters, P90X. And RJ's thing came up. And I was looking for girls that had like a similar body type as me. And RJ was short, and you know, she had her weight on her, and I was kind of in a similar boat. So like, hey, I'm gonna go check out her video. So I clicked it, and you know, she said, oh, I felt like the ugly duckling in the group, and I'm like there like crying, like, yeah, that's me. And then so like at the end of her video, she posted her Facebook thing, so I added her. And she was in college at the time, you know, not doing the business full time because she was at a different point in her life. But I added her, and she, you know, and I was just watching her. Like, I was like, just, you know, just kind of like, okay, like, yeah, this girl's real. Yeah, she, you know, her results are real. She still she's maintained, and she had even gotten more on, you know, more advanced in her results. And then after a while, like last year, it was June. Yeah, it was June. She just did like a hard invite. She's like, hey, I'm starting a challenge group this day. I'm looking, you know, we're going to be doing workouts, whatever. And I had just finished like having an argument with my husband that he didn't want to work out at the gym with me. We'd go to the gym together, but he'd like leave me by myself. And I'm like, I need someone to do it with me. So I'm like, hey, this group sounds awesome. It has the support, the accountability. And so I messaged her and I joined her, and I was like, after like the first week, she had me put like my picture side by side, and I was like, oh my gosh, this works. And I had spent like 2 or 3 years trying to do it on my own, failing miserably. So, and ever since then, you know, I've just taken off. I didn't have all this help that you guys have now. RJ was busy doing, you know, going to college, going to school. She was doing it part-time. She went through some hard times too. So I learned a lot of this stuff like off of YouTube, off of the team calls, off of the Evernote training, I just dug it. I wanted it, and I wanted to keep my results. And I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom with my kids. I just gotten married. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to run with this. You know, these people seem real. These people have what I want, you know, stability and freedom, and they stay at home with their kids. And I was a nanny for 6 years. So I was like being a stay-at-home mom for other families. So I wanted to do it for myself. So I dove all into it. And then, you know, RJ did keep in touch with me and stuff, but we really didn't go, you know, we didn't get into the grind really until February, where we were at that point of our lives. Okay, yes, we want this full time. Let's make it happen. And we're telling you guys, there's no secret to this. Like everything we're telling you is what we do. You know, like we don't do anything else. We don't do anything like I don't know. Like this is just what we do every single day. And you can be as successful as RJ and me. RJ's been doing it for longer though. She was part-time for what, like 4 years, RJ?
Yeah, I was on and off since 2012.
Right. So over time, when she's been posting, people have been following her off of like social media, like YouTube. I came off from whenever her sharing her story and being vulnerable off of YouTube. So you never know what seeds you're planting today that might come back to you a year from now, 2 years from now. So make sure you're sharing.
Yeah, share your story, and you know, people will come to you. And then Becky is actually one of my coaches, so she's under me, but we work together. So we are business partners, and so we push each other to do different things, and we have like calls about once a month where we talk about what we're going to do. So yeah, that's how she found me, and that's how we stayed connected through Facebook. And then we decided, hey, let's be business partners, and we started in February, and both of us have had our businesses be more successful than ever. And I've been doing this for 4 years. So yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't forget that people are watching always. I think that this is a really good thing to like kind of wrap up is like, don't forget that people are always watching no matter what. You may have people that may never like or comment any of your things, and then 2 years later they come out of nowhere and they're like, hey, I'm ready. And you're like, who are you? I don't know, like join me. And like, so, you know, so people are always watching, you know, so don't be discouraged if you put up something that doesn't have a comment or a like at all. Like it'll still be there. People still will see it. So I think that's a really good thing to leave you with is like, just realize that people are always watching and never assume people are not interested.
Yep. That's true. We're a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Noelle, did you have any questions?
You're muted.
No, you answered my question earlier. So I'm good.
Okay, awesome. All right, so sorry this was super long, guys, but we really wanted to hit the point of everyone. You know, everyone, we just start, you know, everyone's kind of starting off, so we really wanted to hit all the points and just let you know, like, guys, this is nothing special, magical. We don't have wands. We just do what we do. We're telling you what we do, and it works. So you know, just do what we do. And I'm pretty sure it'll work because it's worked for us. It's worked for tons of other teams. So yeah, sorry that it's like really long, but sorry, not sorry, because this will help you.
Thanks so much for your time, you guys. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And for those of you who are going to watch the recording, thank you so much for watching an hour's worth of Becky and I rambling.
Yeah,
and
sure.
if you have any other questions, post in the team. Come to me, come to Becky. We're here for you. Got your back no matter what. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where this takes everyone. I'm so excited.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.